Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. I hope everybody's having an awesome day. In my neck of the woods, it's bright and sunny. I know this platform goes out to multiple countries and stuff, so it could be afternoon, it could be morning, it could be evening, but whatever it is, I hope you're having a great one. And so, we always open up with different flyers of things going on throughout the city, tri-state area. Could be community giveaways. It could be there's a love of literacy book event that's coming up. It could be concerts, just multiple things going out throughout the city. And so I hope you'll go back to the Facebook group, check those out. But today we are talking with, we might have a few more members jump in as the interview goes on, but we are talking with the cast of Office Secrets, which is coming up on Tubi later this year. And y'all know how it is in the office. There's secret love affairs, there's secret rivalries, all kinds of stuff, right? And so I may have said that, even said, did I say the name right, Latanja? Office Secrets.
Office Secrets,
Office
yes.
Secrets. Lord, this is gonna be good, y'all. This might help y'all to look out for in the office, see what's going on. And so, Latanja, welcome to Making Connections.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, you look beautiful today.
Thank you. So do
Yeah,
you.
thank you. I'm excited to find out what this is about. I always think the arts are amazing. I mean, actors, musicians, you guys help us through life and help us to remind us that we're not alone, right? So, since this is your first time on the show, I want to give you opportunity to introduce yourself because I know you've been in this industry for a while. So, just tell our family a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so my name is Latanja Lawson. I'm originally from Reedsville, North Carolina, but I currently live in Charlotte. I've been acting for over 10 years. Kind of took a break for a little minute, but I have picked it back up and now we are in full swing again. So I'm excited about it. And I did my training in Winston-Salem and Greensboro.
Okay, and listen, you're close. Thought you were somewhere out in Hollywood or something like that. Listen,
Not
yeah,
yet.
we got Tubi stars right here in our hometown, close, and Reedsville is close to my hometown, Albemarle. So you might
Okay.
come. Yeah, awesome. So tell us, this acting career. How did you get started?
Um, ugh, so um I started doing extra. I did some extra work at one point. And I think that was like the first big thing that I was kind of doing. But before that, since I was a little girl, I've always been interested in acting. Um, I did different things in high school, elementary school, through church. I was always into those type of things, and I always knew that I wanted to be in front of the camera, doing this as an adult. So I'm glad that I decided to follow my dream, and I'm still following it.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, a lot of us start in church, right? In the church choir, doing Easter plays and things like
Right.
that. Awesome. So, where did you take some of your training, or because I know there's people out there who be like, I always want to do a movie, or be an extra or something. So, did you do a lot of trainings for this?
Yeah. So I did classes. I I did classes with David Harris in Greensboro. Um, then I studied with the actors group in with Burgess Jenkins in Winston Salem for a few years. So that's kind of how I've been kind of getting a little better, honing my craft, things like that.
Awesome. So, who do you play in Office Secrets?
So I play the character of Victoria. Victoria is more like someone who's kind of more introduced newly to the group. She previously, she was off, she was engaged, living her life. And then, some things happened and she just kind of had to transition to, where the office is right now with the new group of people. So, um, just kind of getting her feet wet, feeling everybody out in the office, making friends as well as enemies. Because, sometimes when you're the new girl, like she is, it's
Right.
kind of intimidating to different people around you.
Yes. And I think it's so cool because, like I said, Alpha Secrets on Tubi and Prime soon. Hey, Jonathan. Yeah, so it hasn't been released yet. It's coming soon. But so have you guys finished the filming? You're just doing some editing now, or are you still filming?
So we have currently wrapped filming this past weekend, actually, and I want to give a shout out to Serene Well Spa, um, where one of our locations is a great place. Any well spa needs, if anyone wants to go there in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And one of our other sponsors, Keep On Pushing. You can shop Keep On Pushing on IG. And, if you want to get some merch, things like that about the show.
Awesome.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we wrapped this past weekend. And so now it's going to be in the editing phase. So that's pretty exciting.
So I always wondered, with movies, how does that work? Is it like different scenes filmed at different times? Do you actually go in order of the movie and how it happens, or how does that work behind the scenes?
Yeah, so it actually, you don't have to do it in order. We can film different things, different locations, just whenever. So it's kind of like, it's funny because I think about when um, there was another movie, Jump in the Room. I had saw an actor doing an interview, and he was saying that like the first scene they had to film was when they were like had to like jump on each other like they've been in love for years. And he was like, it was weird because they hadn't really established making any connections either. So yeah, it's certain things that you have to do first, but it doesn't necessarily go in the order.
Okay. Yeah, that would be weird. Somebody you just recently meeting and you're doing this love scene. You're madly in love. You're ready to get married. That has to be kind of strange. So, what do you do to get into character or something like that if that was to happen?
Yeah, so with my character, I did first you kind of have to do some character work. Look at who you're playing, really like study them, get to know them, read between the lines. So it's not all just going to be there. Some stuff you have to kind of like, put your own self to it, and then the thoughts, and think about how she might have her mindset during this. Like, what could she possibly been going through, like her turmoil. Um, so I did that to kind of get prepared. And I also watched a certain movie, a certain type of movie that kind of get me into that area too, because Victoria, she's something else. She's multi-layered. Like, she has a lot to her. Like, she's a spicy character. So, sometimes I can relate to some things, but some things I couldn't. So I'm like, okay, let me see, watch these films, kind of study how these women kind of got into the place, because you know that they're not like this in real life. So let's just kind of
Right.
see everything we need to do to put this together to bring this character out.
Yeah. I think it was gosh, I don't know if it's Bold and Beautiful, Young and Restless something was having like their 50th year anniversary this year and they were on like The View or something like that. And so it's so funny because the guy was talking about how he'll be with his wife, right? And they're out to dinner and people will come up to him and they're like, let's just say, where's Victoria, which is his play wife or mistress or whatever on the show. And he's like, my wife is sitting right here, but they don't see him as
Mm.
who he is. They see him as the character.
Right. Yeah, just guys, I'm not Victoria in real life. When you see the film, I'm not Victoria.
When you see the film, that's not me. I'm
Don't
acting.
judge me. Don't judge me.
What would Victoria be doing, Latanja?
Victoria is a little off the hook. She's a little out there. So, yeah. And that's, I don't want to give too many, like, I don't want to give spoilers or give too much
Right.
information, but, you guys are going to love her. And you might hate her too. So it's just, you just don't, you never know, because, what possesses, what makes someone do something, I might not react the same way,
Right.
some
Right.
people might be very extreme in their reactions, and some people may be not so much. So, it's the spectrum with Victoria.
Listen, you know what you said, Victoria, she's new to the group, and so I know what that's like. Sometimes, you can find a group that's welcoming. Sometimes you can find a group, like you said, they trying to spy you out to see what's going on, what you have to offer, whose place you might be taking.
That part. Exactly.
Yeah, so like when I posted, I was like, now y'all know about alpha secrets. Like I said before, there's secret rivalries. There's people who are having romance. There's
Hmm.
people who's getting paid and promoted, and you're like, wait a minute, what happened? How did this happen?
Right. Because I've worked in corporate America for many years, and a lot of drama goes on in those cubicle walls.
Ain't it?
A lot of drama. So this movie is pretty funny because, of course it's a movie, and it just shows like the realm of things. Like so much is happening in this movie.
And I was gonna ask you, so is it pretty much true to what does happen in those offices?
you know, I mean, some of the stuff I have definitely heard of. I don't want to give too much, but
Right,
some of
right.
the things that are being said to happen in the office, it's really happened.
Now, does everything take place in the office, or are there different, outings
Yeah.
and things like that?
Yeah, there are different locations, but mainly it's like in the office. It's some comedy, some drama, might be a few fights. It's definitely juicy, and it's definitely interesting. It'll have you laughing. You might be upset for a moment, like it might have you like screaming at the screen.
Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. Don't trust him.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's exciting. I love the work that had to put in it. Um, the group is really good. Like the group really pulled off. They really pulled off those characters. Like our cast, like
Uh-huh.
everybody really killed it, and I'm really proud to say that.
Good. That's good. Now, is this your first movie on Tubi, or are you a kind of a pro in that arena?
No, so I haven't been on Tubi yet. I don't think any of my projects have. Any of the projects that the independent, I've kind of done a lot of independent films, small features. So I worked in a project, and a lot of these are on people's personal websites to buy. Um, you can rent them on like Amazon Prime, stuff like that. I did a project called Butter not too long ago. Well, it was a few years ago actually. Um, but like last year, I did a project called Couch Party, and that was actually shot in Winston.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a really good one. That one's actually going to be coming out this summer, so I'm excited about that as well. I'll be playing a character, Joy, and she's different than my character in um, as Victoria. Like she's more of like a firecracker, just like a fun girl. She's a party girl. She's young and dumb, and she thinks she has all these bright ideas. So, we'll see kind of where that gets them. So that was like one, and that's gonna be. I'm not sure which streaming site that's going to be. It could be on Tubi, but I'm thinking it's going to be on something else as well.
Okay. And that one's called Couch Party.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Listen, y'all better look for Latanja this summer. It's gonna be
Yes,
happening.
it's up from here. Okay.
Yeah, it is definitely. So, in this acting career, like, what's something that your vision for it? Like, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Hollywood? Do you want
Oh
to stay
yeah,
local?
I'm gonna be walking the red carpet. You know, like getting awards for films. Or being in a like a Academy Award film. Like it. Like I really, I'm big on spirituality and manifesting. So I just know that if I have faith and if I put the work behind it, God is going to make room for my talents. I already know that. So
Right.
I'm excited about my future.
Okay, y'all, we got an EGOT in the making. I love
I'll take it. I'll receive it.
it. But you're right. So many times in life, everybody has a goal or a dream. You may not want to act, but might want to write the music behind a feature film or something like that. You might just, who knows? But sometimes it's hard to get past ourselves. So in this journey, like, have you had some days? Because I know you said you took a little hiatus, but have you had those days when you're just like, I'm just giving this up. It's not moving as fast as I want to. Have you had those kind of days? And what gets you through those days if you have?
Yeah. So, at a period of time when it was like I felt like I was kind of at a standstill, my career wasn't really progressing how I felt like okay I wanted it to be at the time. So I just kind of like, I had some personal things going on, and I'm like, okay, this will be a perfect moment. This transition will be a perfect moment. I was moving. I was like, I'm just gonna like put this on the back burner, and it just wasn't. I was feeling a little discouraged, and it wasn't fun for me anymore at that point. So, um, I kind of put it off, didn't really worry about classes and doing things. I was just moving to Charlotte. And I just kind of put it off. But, as of the last couple of years, I've been in a really happy, great space. And I just felt like it's time to start pursuing my goals, because at the end of the day, the feeling of wanting to achieve this never went away. I just kind of had tucked it behind.
I could understand that. Because it is some days, I mean, and even, Christians, you have some days that you're just like, okay, Lord, what is this about? I
Mm,
feel like this is where I'm supposed to be, but I'm not really sure right now. Can you help me out? But the thing about it, he will always show up, right? He will always confirm
that's
that
right.
he's given you, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of how it happened. I had some changes. I went through a relationship, leaving a relationship and stuff. So, I was like, I was feeling fresh. I'm feeling new. I'm like, praying and, drinking my water, minding my business. So I was just like, this would be a good time to, focus on myself and everything that actually makes me happy, instead of when because you in a relationship, sometimes it takes a lot of energy, and then you end up putting a lot of energy into a person, or you end up changing and kind of
Mhm.
ignoring your stuff, because naturally I kind of put the person who I'm with first. So I think when I finally got alone and I was able to really focus on myself, I was able to pray and, write down my visions. I had a vision board. I brung it back out. I had put it away for many years, but I brung it back
Mhm.
out. I said, like, this is the plan. Like, this is my life. I only get one life. I have to live it. And if this is something that I know in my heart is going to make me happy, and that I never, like, even when I tried to get away from it, God was like, no, this is what you want to do. And,
Mhm.
actually last year, a project found me. The couch party,
Mhm.
it found me. So, this girl that we acted together in like a project, a web series, North Cac. And so we kind of connected. And we also connected on something in Greensboro too. But she's like more so wanting to be behind the scenes. She started to write and produce and direct. And so,
That's sweet.
she actually reached out to me, Nikayla Knox. Shout out to Nikayla. She's a woman, director, like up and coming, like she's really professional. I have nothing but great things to say about Nikayla. Well, anyway,
Awesome.
she reached out to me about a project. And after I did that project, like that kind of like was like, okay, this is a sign, like this is your
Mhm.
sign right here. Time to keep on doing what makes you happy. And so when I did it, And after it was finished, I felt so much energy, so much just excitement about life, about me, about the possibilities. And it was like a freshening, a reopening of my passion. And I was really thankful for that. So now I'm like, let's go, let's do it. I want to do more.
Yes. And isn't that something about when you're in your passion, the way it shows up differently than other things you do in life? It's like you said, what I was hearing is that, it gave you a new strength, a new determination,
Yeah.
and so many times we do things in life and we're just going through the motions, right? But when we're doing something that we're ordained to do or anointed, called, whatever you want to call it, but when you're in your purpose, it just shows up different. You show up different.
Mm-hmm.
Life looks different. And I used to think all that was cliche stuff, and people just say that. Don't How can life look different? But it really does, right?
Yeah. And as you get older, you get a different kind of confidence. So, when I was first doing this early 20s, like I know I'm not as confident. I'm a little insecure about things. I just don't have the confidence. I'm too much in my head. I'm technical about it. But as I got to my 30s, and I'm glad I kind of had this break, because now I just have like a whole new confidence just about life in general, and just about things that some stuff we just don't care about anymore when we get older. It's just like it's a maturity and a wisdom that you only have when that you get with age. Something that in my 20s I could never have achieved that.
Right, right. It comes with age and it comes with knowing your worth. I'm
Mhm.
worthy of having peace. I'm worthy of having a mate who loves me just as much and puts as much into the relationship as I do. And so, hold on, we have a question. It says, for new actors, what can we do so we don't get into scams or producers, editors taking advantage of us as new actors? Do you have any suggestions for that?
Yeah, so, and this is a great industry, like, but there are a lot of people trying to take advantage. And also, you just make sure that you are going on reputable sites to kind of look for auditions, Actors Access, 800 Casting, Southern Casting Call, things like that. You can go on. But just make sure that if someone books you for a job, first of all, you don't have to pay any money to be in it. Don't ever let someone convince you that you have to pay to be in a film, unless they're trying to like get like give you like a producer credit. So that'll happen sometimes, and that's like you fund and helping them fund the movie, which sometimes as when you're doing smaller projects and you have a lower budget, sometimes there's things that you may offer. Um, but you can just make sure to do your homework, look up the director, look them up on Facebook, Instagram, Google them, make sure there are no like bad reviews, no one saying they got scammed, no one saying they like tried to hurt them, make sure that it's safe. Like as a woman, like I wanted to make sure, like I was really big on safety, and you would get casted for these projects, but you at the end of the day you don't know who's like doing it, so you have to make sure that you have a good discernment and you feel comfortable enough that you'll go. Because if I feel uneasy about anything, then I'm not doing it. And also, just and when you're first starting out, you might have to do a lot of stuff for free, But now, I feel like I'm at a point in my career, and I feel like I'm not doing anything else for free. So don't, because these are your talents, Like doctors aren't doing stuff for free, like this is our job as well, this is our gift, at the end of the day. And it could be insulting sometimes if, you're doing a great job, you have a great gift, and you could bring something amazing, but then someone doesn't want to like compensate you.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so just watch out for those kind of things.
Awesome, Edgar. That was a great question because, I was thinking about that. You've seen it so many times in the past, and I'm sure it happens still to a certain degree. But, it's like they manipulate you with their words. Well, if you don't want this part, somebody else will because this movie's going to blow up, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
you're scared you're going to miss an opportunity, but you have to be safe. You have to set boundaries, right, as to what I do and what I don't do, right?
Exactly. Stand for if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything.
Mhm. And like you said, now with the Facebook groups and Google and everything, you can find reviews. Ask those questions. Ask people that they've worked with, because I've even seen stuff on Facebook where people are trying to get you to go to a webinar, but people are on there and they're like, "Don't give your money to this thing. It's just clickbait. They're just getting your money." So
Mm,
you really have to take care of yourself.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And not get it taken advantage of also.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Latanja, we're going to take a quick break right here, and but we're going to come back and we're going to talk more about office secrets. Maybe talk
Okay.
about some of your coworkers and things like that.
Yes.
Some people you might want to work with in the future. But right now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more with Latanja, and who is Victoria on Office Secrets.
The art of trying, everybody has mastered. Doing every and anything that you can, but somehow it turns into a disaster. Life takes you on many journeys, crossroads, and paths. Sometimes gives you heartache, but other times it can make you laugh. Nobody's perfect. I don't care how wide their smile or how dull their situation may be. This was never an overnight thing. Every morning that you wake, birds don't always sing unless you call for it. You got to live your life accordingly. Give an honor to God for His richness and glory. Life is going to be easy and life is going to be rough. And if you don't believe, you'll eventually grasp the cusp of what everybody had to figure out as life got a little clearer. Even though we live great lives on the outs, but on the inside, we learn to live through.
Hey, hey, everybody. They called us, didn't they, Victoria?
They called us. They called us. I
Listen,
was
yeah.
like, it's noon. Let me go ahead and get this popping.
Right. Listen, it's some comments over here. I'm gonna get to them in a minute. But the first trailer you saw was Trial and Error by Christopher Chriso Blackman, who does poetry and different things. And so this is a book coming out and it's called Trial and Error. So keep lookout for Chriso. You can find him on Instagram. That's his Instagram name. And then the second one actually was Marlene, who is a part of the Groovaladas. They are a Grammy nominated band. He actually did our theme song, Making Connections.
Mm-hmm.
He has a studio called Polyphonic Studio in Massachusetts, and he's doing kind of a culmination of his life in the industry, working himself out of the industry, and just doing the music he loves.
Oh,
So
nice.
from the 7th 16th through the 23rd, I think it is. He's doing a party at the Crossroads. And so, if you're in that area, definitely check him out. You can go to thefunkyprofessor.com to get your tickets and things like that. But if you didn't catch all the information, it'll definitely be in the Facebook group for Making Connections with Aly. So, we've been talking to Latanja, who is Victoria, little spicy character who's in the film coming up on Tubi and Prime, and it's called Office Secrets. And so we're
Yes.
talking about her career, her path, and I see you have a lot of fans out there. And Worldwide Collaboration is saying things like, we were talking about, how do you know when you're in a safe space? But they're saying, you got to research everything. And one comment was like, "Well, if you jump in head first, that's where you're gonna land on your head. So you got to get your footing solid." I believe is what he's saying. So we have a lot of comments there.
Okay.
Jonathan, of course, is here, who is awesome PR specialist, who made the connection with us. And so let's
Okay.
continue talking about Office Secrets. So what was it like meeting the cast like for the first time and getting together and finding out whose part is what? What's that connection like?
So at first when you kind of get around everybody, well, I kind of knew a couple people, so it was for me, it was really it was comfortable seeing some faces that I knew and that I had previously worked with. So one of our characters, Bakari, I had worked with him on this couch party, and Nick, he's in there. He plays the character of Mr. Shark. um, I had worked with him on this project called Heaven, that Rabbi writes. She wrote. It's a great project. But yeah, so it's really good. The energy, because whenever I'm like acting, I just have a I just feel good, and I'm open, and I'm very much like making sure that because when you're acting with people, you don't want anything to disturb the chemistry. So no weird moments, no you want to just have positivity because you're about to be working with these people for an extended period of time. So being able to just like talk to people, kind of get their vibe, and just stay positive, because the last thing you want to do is come into a situation where the whole job is based on chemistry, but then your vibe is off, like you're giving out bad vibes. You're like, you're not happy for someone. You might show a little, like insecurity. Like, so that kind of stuff when you're acting, that needs to go all out the window because it can mess up like the whole vibe with the whole team. And it's
Right.
really a group effort with everyone.
Okay. Awesome. So how long does a project like that typically take? Like how long did it take you guys to complete filming?
So it took us about 6 weeks. So we were filming, yeah, so we were mainly filming on the weekend. So like every weekend we've been like filming. So
Okay.
yeah, but typically, yeah, that's typical, when you're doing like on the weekends, like when with smaller projects, some can take a long time. And some like, and with these type of projects, when you're like working with people, the a downside to it is that, you really, as the actor, you can't really control when it will come out. um, you can only kind of, do your part, and then it's in the hands of everybody else, and then you just gonna have to wait.
Right. So I know we have another actress in the queue, but I wanted to ask you before we bring her in is, um, you know, somebody asked an artist this before, and I was like, I'm still mad. I'm asking everybody, all the artists that come on the show, but for it as being an actress, who is somebody, maybe somebody who has passed already, you wish you could have worked with, or
Mm,
somebody who's still here and you definitely would like, that's like your lifelong dream. Who would you like to do a movie with?
oh my gosh.
I know it's probably a long list, but who like your top three?
Yeah. So one of them would be Denzel Washington. Hands
Mhm.
down, like Denzel, he's brilliant. Like the
Right.
work. that he puts into his characters, the many different characters that he's played and he's executed perfectly, like Denzel, like just the being around him, the gems and the advice that he could give, like being in this industry, and so far as like really like doing the character work.
Right.
That's what, like, like, how do you, like, what are some of your tips? Like, I want to get that from him, and I also want to
Mhm.
be able to work with him and feed off of him, and like just be in a scene with him, because he's powerful anyway, and I just feel like I would just be like, it would be like double, like I would love
Next
to work with,
level
I'm
stuff.
gonna work with Denzel one day.
There you go.
Yes, I'm gonna work with Denzel Washington.
All right. Awesome. That's a good choice because, like you said, the quality of his work, the history that he has behind, oh my gosh, it would be amazing. And
Yeah.
he seems so free to give advice and to take people under his wings. And,
Mhm.
just from interviews, of course, I don't
Yeah. He's like the
know.
OG. He's like the
Yeah,
OG of this, and he's one of us. And it's like, yes, like that
that
there.
part.
Yeah. I just love it. Like just acting. I just love the art. So, um, other people like, I like Issa Rae's work.
Mhm,
I like Regina Hall. I love her. Like
mhm.
she does an excellent job. She's a great executioner of everything. Taraji kills everything.
Everything.
Um, like, yeah, those people like that I'm looking at. It's who's what's her name, Gail or something. I think Gail. She was on P Valley, and she was also on like Snowfall, but she's a good actress too.
Awesome. Well, listen, when you meet Denzel and Taraji and Issa, just get me a little autograph, just a
I got
t-shirt or
you.
something.
A
Remember
photo.
me, okay? Well, like I said, we do have another actress in the queue, and we're going to bring her in now, please, Alan. And she plays the part of Luxury.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey there, welcome to Making Connections. How are you? You're muted.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
said, hey guys, thank you for having me.
Yes. And so I want to make sure I say your name right. Shanae, is that right?
Yeah, Shanae.
Yay, I did it right. And I give people names and they're like, where did you see that
It's okay.
at? So welcome into the conversation about office secrets.
Thank
And
you.
so since this is your first time on the Making Connections platform and with our family, just want to give you an opportunity just to greet the family and say a little bit about yourself.
Hi guys. Good to see you again, Latanja.
Hey.
Um, my name is Shanae. I've been acting and writing for about 5 years now. I did anything from YouTube web series into now. This will be Office Secrets will be considered my second TV experience. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Listen, I can't wait till it comes out. We've been talking about it. So
Listen, we can't wait. We can't wait. I'm
We cannot.
excited.
We cannot wait.
It's so much going on in that film. I cannot wait.
So I know don't give any spoilers. Like Latanya's been like, I can't tell you too much, but
Yeah, you
tell us
can't.
just a little bit about Luxury. Even the name, you just like, what she be
Woo.
doing in the office?
Luxury, luxury, like you said, without giving too much, luxury is the type that she knows what she wants. She knows who she wants.
Mm,
And she will get what she wants by any means necessary, while still all the while still keeping it professional, classy, but luxury gonna get what she wants.
She's my biggest hater in the film.
No, she my biggest hater. I
She's
can't wait
my
for y'all to
biggest hater.
I can't wait for y'all to see. Oh,
we have to watch the film to see who was right.
It's gonna get juicy.
me,
It's gonna get juicy.
you gonna see,
But she's not ready for Victoria.
you gonna say she's not ready for luxury. She's not ready for
Uh-oh.
luxury. You gonna see.
Listen, y'all, this is just two characters in the film, so I can only imagine.
Woo! Oh Lord.
Look, I told her some fights now.
Listen, some fights, some arguing, drama. Oh my God. Ooh. Listen.
Which happens in the
Mhm.
office.
In the office
No,
every day. Every day.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. Like we get to really like bring your office experience to
Yep.
life.
To
Like
life. To
anything
life.
you can
Yep.
imagine that would have happened in an office. Like
Because
how
because think about how many people that can actually relate to what we're doing in the film. Like people are gonna be
that part.
watching it like,
That
oh
part.
yeah, they're like, oh, I done did this before, or I done had this situation before. Like you're gonna be able to relate in some kind of way, whether it's the dirty part or the non-dirty part.
Right. Listen, I'm gonna
Look,
be,
it gets a little it gets rowdy. It gets
Yeah, it
out
gets
there.
rowdy. Yeah, it gets rowdy.
and I was like, I'm gonna be texting my friends, be like, boy, tune in. This right here, that's the.
Yep.
Well, I
Make
can't
sure
say
Right.
you
the
do
Just
name,
that.
but like, watch.
Tubi.
Yep. Make sure you do that. Tell them to tune in.
I'm like, you know who that is, right? Don't say
Right.
it loud. Just text me.
Like such and such be doing that in the office while we're not.
That part. So, Shanae, we heard it from Latanja, but tell us a little bit about your journey to acting and, why you
Ooh.
settled here, why you planted your flag with this.
So when I started acting 5 years ago, it wasn't, I wouldn't say I take everything I do serious, but over time it became more serious. Like now acting is becoming me. This is what I'm starting to do for a living. So it's like back then I was just doing it just to be doing something. But now with JCI Legacy, they are like the most professional production that I have ever been a part of, and I will continue to say that and forever say that they are the most professional. I had fun with everybody literally on set. We joked and laughed a lot. Some of us told personal stories about things that we didn't know about each other. We had a good time. So it's like going forward now that it's over. I was sad. I was sad that it's over. And going forward, I hope to work with every single one of them again. I can't wait to see where everybody takes off to
Right. That part.
because of this film alone.
All right. This is a good film. It's a good project. It's a good body of work.
Yep, it is. It
and
is.
for me, I know the actors and the actresses, like we put it in. We put it in.
We put in a lot of time
So
and dedication.
Our part was executed.
Yeah, executed. Right. You're right. We put in a lot of time and dedication, and woo, if sometimes I was just like, oh my God, I am tired, but we made this thing happen. We made it happen.
I'm tired, but look at what we did.
Yeah, I'm tired, but look at what we
do
did.
it all over
Yeah,
again, right?
do it all over again. Yes.
Awesome. So, do you guys like when you're practicing your lines, trying to get your timing right? Do you practice with each other? Or do you just pick a family member and practice with, or how does that work?
So when me and Latanja was like we'll practice, run our lines right before a set, we would have to, of course, actually get in character. I couldn't really, me personally, I don't know about her, but me, I couldn't really practice with a family member or a friend because I needed that character to be that character. I needed that character to have attitude, give attitude. My friends and family, they're not going to do it like her. So I needed her to be there.
Victoria didn't give you no attitude, did she?
Listen, Victoria gave attitude. Do you hear me? Victoria gave that attitude. Victoria gave that attitude, but that's what I needed. I needed that attitude to feed off of her. So my friends and family weren't gonna do that.
Right. Needed it so it shows up authentic on the.
It's authentic. So yeah, they'll give attitude, but it's not like how she would do it.
Right.
It was a lot of attitude.
Right. A lot of attitude. Like we could not stand each other. So I was like, I needed that. So to feed off of.
Right. So like I know you said you write. So what is it like being on that side of the spectrum where you write and put things together and think of characters and stuff like that?
I think I would have to say I enjoy writing a little bit more than acting, only because when I see my work come into play, it's like I wrote that. Like I did
Mhm.
that. And see my cast, like they really bring in what I need to life. It's like I did it. I
So,
did it.
Shanae, you've done a full project with something that you've written.
Yes. My project is called Family Over Everything, and I'm actually in the process of writing part two. I had a co-writer to help me, but she has other things going on, so now I'll be writing this one by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's on YouTube. So yeah, I wrote that, and that took us a little minute, but we literally was able to film because we had people coming from out of town. We literally were
Mhm.
able to film in 48 hours
Oh,
from
wow.
Friday all the way really until Monday, like 1 a.m. ish, 2 a.m. ish. We did that in
Wow.
48 hours. Yes.
Wow.
Whew,
That
Well,
that
that's
was.
great. We'll have to collaborate because I do writing too.
Oh, I didn't know that. See,
I
that's
just
something I
haven't
didn't
I
know about. I
haven't
didn't
I
know that.
haven't put any of my projects to, just
Girl,
they haven't been
yes. Yes.
all
Let's
produced
collaborate. I
yet.
didn't I didn't
come
know that.
on.
Yeah, I
Come
do.
on.
I didn't know that.
I love this. I love this conversation. The energy
Yes.
is so cool, right?
Listen, I love, business minded people, like minded people. Like I love that. And like I said, now that I'm getting more serious in this industry, I love collaborating with people that do the same thing that we do.
That's
Right.
important.
So
Like
yeah,
when you
very
start
important.
talking to people like this, and you
Yep.
start realizing, like,
Start
okay,
realizing, oh, they
I
do this
didn't know
too.
that they did that, and
Right,
that's like a
Yeah.
right.
beautiful
I didn't
thing
know that.
because now we might can talk and figure something out,
Yes,
or
for
talk to some more
sure.
people, or I could get her with some people.
Girl,
She's
we gotta get whatever you wrote into play. We gotta
I
get whatever you
know.
wrote
I've
into
been
play.
That
Just
part.
don't have that sitting around. You can't
I,
do that. No,
I know.
no,
And
it's
I love it.
2023.
And that's the thing
I
about it.
know.
2023,
Mm-hmm.
before you felt like you had to be in Hollywood, you had to,
Yeah.
spend all this money, all this time,
Right. No.
start as an extra, da da da. But in
Mm-mm.
2023, you have so many
So
options
many
and
options.
ways to be able to get
Mm-hmm.
your project out, to get your
Yeah.
vision out. So,
Yep. I had a
listen,
budget, and when I presented that budget to my videographer, she was with it. I was like, "Listen, this is my budget. This is what I need done." And we did it.
Who did the casting? Did you cast
I
the?
did. I did the casting. Me and Jazz, who was my co-worker, we did the casting. And at the time when we did it, it was COVID was still really heavy, so
Mm,
we had to do virtual casting calls. So yeah, we did
yeah,
it from there.
see, even
Yep.
virtual,
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, we
Making
had
it work.
virtual.
I like
Yep.
that,
We
girl.
didn't have no choice. We did not have a
Right.
choice.
Listen, because like you said, when COVID hit, even Broadway, I mean, they had to figure out how to do it because we had
Yep.
to keep Broadway alive. We don't want people to lose their vision, lose their talent, lose their.
Exactly.
They were doing virtual shows. They were
Yep.
doing, so they were making it happen. So
And
this is the time to do it.
once we had got our cast, we realized like one or two people was coming from out of town. We was like, look, we're gonna put them in a hotel and we're gonna run this for 48 hours. And we did it in the whole weekend, the whole entire weekend.
Yeah.
Now you have me encouraged. Like the projects that I have written, that I have just
Girl,
sitting in a file somewhere. Like
you need to
I'm gonna
get those
speak to
out.
some people, and I need to like get this together. Even if I
Yes.
have to get some help from other people. Like I'm gonna have to
I'm
get
gonna
that
message
done.
you off after we get off here because yeah,
Yes,
we,
girl,
we
do
we need to
that.
get together. You need to get those out
Put
your
me in the
files.
Yes,
messenger
they
too. I just want to be in the group. No.
You need to get those out your files. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, because I remember Taraji was talking about I think when she did Acrimony, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they did that in like 6 or 7 days or something.
Mm-hmm.
The whole and I was like, oh, that's they did that.
Right.
Sometimes what I learned before we had started filming my film, people were saying, "Oh, turn it into a web series." Well, now people are asking for part two. That's why I'm writing part two. But people
Mm,
were saying turn it into a web series. I realized doing web series that we are adults and everybody's life is so busy right now. People really don't have time every weekend to commit to a film. Some people do, some people don't. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this whole every weekend thing or one day during the week. I'm going to shoot this in 48 hours and be done. And
that's
that's
it.
exactly what we did. I did not want to do a whole every weekend thing.
I feel you.
So
Now
yeah.
I do think we have one more actress in the queue. I'm not sure exactly who it is, but we're gonna bring them in. But
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, Shanae, the same thing I asked Latanja. If there's is there somebody that you dream about working with? Somebody you just like, man, this was my
Yes.
thing right here. Who would that be?
My girl Angela Bassett. Don't nobody
Yes.
stop her. My girl Angela, she is one heck of an actress. Oh my! I have always said if I could just touch the hem of her garment, that woman is. Oh my God, she is so powerful
Ain't
in her
she
act.
though?
She can play any role, like any role. So,
Yeah.
ooh, yes.
My favorite from her is still when she was Tina Turner. That's like
You
that's when
say
I
who?
Tina
when she was
Turner.
Tina
Tina
Turner.
Turner. Yes, she is.
She
Oh my
killed it. Like she was
God,
Tina. She
But
killed it.
yeah,
Angela,
she was saying
Angela,
that she embodies every role. You know, you
every
believe that she
single
went
role.
through that, and you be like, "Don't hit her like that." You know,
Right. Not only that, you think she the real person that she
Wait
playing.
until
You have to.
exhale. How
Right.
strong she was.
Yes.
yeah.
I love
Ooh,
nobody is
that was
messing with
it.
Angela. Nobody messing with Angela at all. I just want to be in her presence. That's all. I just want to be in her presence.
Exactly. And she seems so genuine, and she's such a
Yes.
family woman, takes
She's
care of her
Yes.
husband, her
professional.
children, and she just
Yes,
shows
she's
up.
very, yes. You can just tell her spirit. Her spirit is everything, man. Her, oh my God, I love that. I want to work with her, and I'm going to work with her one day. I'm going to work with that woman.
I'm gonna tell you
Right.
what I told
Claim it.
Latanja.
Claim it,
Yes,
girl.
I'm going to work with that
Because
woman.
I already said I'm working with Denzel.
Listen, you better claim it. Listen,
I know
they
I
get
am.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I told Latanja. When y'all meet them, y'all don't forget about me. You know, just a little
listen,
introduction
never,
or a little
never.
handshake.
Sh-
I don't ask for much.
Shout out to
A
Making
little
Connections TV.
FaceTime.
Yes. Making Connections TV show.
Shout out to y'all.
Listen, so we're gonna go ahead because we are running out of time, but I definitely want to get the other cast member in here to see what they have to say about
I wonder
Office
who it
Secrets.
is. Trey, good old Trey.
Hey Trey.
Hey
Hey,
Trey.
What's up? What's up?
Trey.
What's happening? How y'all doing?
All right, we got a man's perspective of the Office Secrets and what's happening. Trey, now what was you doing? Was you causing a lot of conflict?
Mm.
Not at all. I was the good guy.
I
You
don't know.
know,
They
I was the
said,
one.
You was the good guy. Good where?
I wasn't in no fights, was I?
He
You
tries to
know,
be a lover
No,
boy.
no, yeah, he tries to be a
I
lover
was the
boy. You wasn't in
office
no fight.
bachelor. You know,
Heavy on tries.
um, you know,
Child.
okay,
you,
Trey.
they
So
love
for
me. You
some
know,
reason, I'm not. The stories are not lining up. But
Thomas.
since you
Thomas.
just came in,
listen.
though, I do want to give you opportunity to greet the family and tell them a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get back into Trey and what you was doing
Okay,
on the show.
okay. My name is Trey. I've been acting for about 5 years now. Um, I'm kind of deep in the game now. I've done TV shows, movies, commercials, music videos. Um, this project right here was definitely one of my favorite projects because
Mm-hmm.
the energy everybody brought, from the actors to the directors to the sound people to the camera people, just everybody, it felt like a family.
Yep, it
And
did.
I always say that when you know you're around great people is when you're done, you rap and you miss them, you know, and
Yep.
it's like, damn, I can't wait to see y'all again.
Right. I
Or it's
just told
like,
him that. I was sad.
you know,
Right.
it's like it's bittersweet, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
damn, I want to see you go far and do the next project. It's like,
Yep.
damn, I want to get back to doing this again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everything was so fun. Every day was just, the energy was always there, or it went up even more. So this is
Mm-hmm.
one of the best projects I was a part of, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, for
Listen,
sure.
all I'm hearing is good stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm
Oh, for
excited.
sure, for sure, for
So,
sure.
Trey, what's your character? We've
My
been
character's
talking
name is Thomas.
Victorian luxury. So, Thomas,
Um, yeah, they love me, but they just wasn't trying to show it. Um,
Child.
you
Oh,
know,
you're funny.
You're funny.
they just
Super
wasn't trying to
funny.
show it. You know what I mean? It's okay, you know, because I'm not gonna sweat it. You know, as
Please.
Thomas, he has options. You know what I mean? He has options.
I think
listen,
he's
their
the most
faces.
worked out in the office. For
Right.
sure. Thomas is the
Am I?
most worked out.
You know, am I? I don't know. You know, you never know.
These faces, Thomas. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not.
Listen, it's two
Don't
women
believe nothing he
against
say.
one. If I had my boy Kari in here, you know, he would have my back right by now. You know,
Alvin. He's my
yeah,
love interest also.
Alvin is.
But Alvin wants
Alvin.
me.
See now, here we go. I wasn't trying to do it, but look, they telling themselves. They telling on themselves, right?
Alvin
I didn't
wants
say it.
me.
You gonna make me have to pull up.
I didn't have to say anything, right? They do it on their own.
Alvin wants me, but
But this is what happens
Victoria
at the
wants
office.
him.
It comes out whether you in the break room, whether you about to water.
It does, and I've seen it. I've seen it happen before. I used to work in a call center, and I have seen it.
Me too, girl.
I can't relate, but listen, y'all just told on yourselves. I didn't have to do it.
That boy get on my nerve.
Hey.
Oh God, Thomas, Luxury, and Victoria. This is amazing. So Trey, I know you said you've been doing this about 5 years. So let me ask you the same question I asked the ladies. Who is somebody that you are destined to work with? Like you would just love to be on the stage with in front of the cameras, or just be in their presence and watch their flow? Who's somebody like that for you?
Can I name 3?
Sure. Besides Latanja and Shanae,
Right.
Oh yeah,
The obvious.
That's obvious.
Look.
That's obvious.
Okay,
My ladies
who
right
are
there.
your
My
3?
ladies. Will Smith,
Mm,
Denzel Washington,
Okay.
and this other one, I've been on set and worked with him, but I haven't like fully played next to him. Amari Hardwick.
Oh.
Ghosts.
Wow.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
did a movie with him last year called Fantasy Football. I was one of his teammates, and I wasn't one of the main characters, but I worked with him. He chopped it up when he talked to me. His aura, the energy brought, it was like it was great. It was definitely great. That was fun when I did that one.
Okay. That's y'all got a good list there y'all working with. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So listen, I know we are running out of time. I hate to end this conversation because this has been so much fun. But
Thank you.
Latanja, we're gonna go around the room. Latanja, Shanae, and then Trey. If people wanted to follow you, or if they wanted to reach out to you to have you a part of their project, or work on a collaboration for writing something, Latanja, how can they find you?
Yeah, you can reach out to me on Facebook, Latanja L. Lawson, or Instagram, Tanja_La, and that's TONJA_LA.
Okay. And Shanae?
You can find me on Facebook, Shanae Allen, SHENEE, Allen, ALLEN, or on Instagram, official Nicole. Nicole is spelled NEECOLE. Yeah, you find me either way.
And Trey.
For me, everything's the same. Facebook and IG is Visionary Trey. VISIONARYTREY. Visionary Trey.
Okay, awesome. Listen, this has been exciting. I,
Thank you.
I love this energy. We're gonna have to come back when it actually airs and be like,
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Victoria, now you told me this, but this is what I found
Right.
out.
And make sure that
And
y'all go to
Thomas.
Serene Well Spa and
Yep.
Yes,
And
yes.
shop.
the merch shop.
And that's where
Those two
again,
ladies did amazing. They did amazing. Wait till y'all see them. They did amazing.
You did amazing as well. Like I
No, we
can't
talking
wait
about
to
y'all
work with
two right
y'all
now.
again.
Y'all did
Oh,
amazing.
thank you. Shop,
Thank
keep on
you.
pushing.
Shop, keep on pushing. Make sure y'all should follow Shop, keep on pushing. JCI Legacy, shout out to them. Minchaka, all of them.
The whole cast, the crew,
The whole
everybody
cast,
were
everybody. I
phenomenal.
cannot wait to work with y'all again. Seriously.
Yeah, Trey, you're great too.
Very
Thank
great.
you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
awesome. Well, thank you all for coming on Making Connections with Aly. This has been an awesome conversation. You guys are welcome back anytime, whatever kind of
Thank you.
projects you have going
It was an
on.
honor.
Come back and share it. Let me know when things are being released so I can tell everybody to go look and find it. It's coming out this weekend, y'all. Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's show up for a little watch party.
Right.
Got you. Got you.
Thank you, Aly.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you. I
you.
appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Absolutely, anytime. And so, Alan, because we didn't get to Clayton's song, let's go out on that song. So, Clayton Savage, part of the Sugar Hill Gang back in the day, writer, producer. Y'all know Clayton Savage.
Yeah.
And so, when you look him up, you're like, that's him. So, he's got a new album out, and it's called Legion. And so we're going to go out on his song. It's called
Okay.
7 Long Days. But toodles to you guys.
Thank
Kudos. Great
you.
job. Keep
Bye,
working.
guys.
Can't wait to see
Bye.
y'all, what y'all do next. And don't forget FaceTime me when y'all get with your people. Now, don't
Got
Gotcha.
you.
Gotcha.
But as always, until next time, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Stay tuned to Clayton
Bye.
7 Long
All right,
Days.
see you guys.
See you later.
All right.
Side of time, my thuggish ways. Watch you come and go for days. Said I'll never give my heart, but knew there was no other way. 7 long days I was waiting for you. 7 long nights I was waiting for you. Waiting all day, waiting all day, waiting all day. 7 long days I was waiting for you. 7 long nights I was waiting for you. Waiting all day, waiting all day, waiting all day. I'm off in love, deep passion that I feel inside. I say I do not have emotion, but it's just a lie. I say when I'm boyfriend and girlfriend, but it's just my drive. I cannot stand to see you with another guy. I cannot stand the thought of you with another dude, touching you, doing all the things that we used to do. Finding out that you're hot, whether you try or not, whether you ready or not, whether you ready or not. They gonna be calling you up, they gonna be seeing a lot. Trying to break us up, trying to break us up. All of the stuff they say they be making up. Yeah, you're sexy and you're classy. Ooh, you're nasty when you wanna be. I wanna know, where did you go? You couldn't take no more. I found a note left on the door. Says that I am faking with my hesitating, and I'm the reason we are breaking.